Hey guys, today in our science lesson, we are going to talk about what are our senses. Does anyone know what their senses are? Great job. Our senses could be our sight, smell, touch, taste, or hearing. Great job. That's right. Let's take a look at this picture and what do you see, right? I see a little boy who's covering his nose and waving a stinky sock above his face. Okay, which sense is this child trying not to use? Very good, the sense of smell. On your paper, go ahead and write this down. That's right. He's trying not to use his sense of smell because of that stinky sock. Have you ever not wanted to use your sense of smell because of something stinky? Yeah, right? Like maybe some sweaty shoes or some smelly fish, right? Sometimes you just got to cover that nose so you don't use your sense of smell. All right. Today our vocabulary words that we're going to use we have one word that we're going to use and it's called senses. Okay, make sure you write this down on your paper nice and neatly. All right, great job guys. We're going to talk about our senses today. I want to remind you that active readers make text their own. All right, that means by making marks, by writing, making notes that you understand what you are reading, okay? So I encourage you to use your pencil to make annotations, which means to make notes, so that way this helps you remember what we are reading. All right, let's go ahead and turn the page. Okay, we're going to get to your senses. Okay. Says, how do you learn about things? You use your 5 senses. Your senses are the way you learn about the world. The senses are sight, hearing, smelling, taste, and touch. Okay? You use different body parts for different senses. All right. We're going to discuss the main idea, okay? The main idea is the most important idea about something. We're going to draw 2 lines under the main idea, all right? Remember that the main idea, or the most important part, the main idea will more than likely be in the first sentence of the paragraph, but it may not. Okay, if you're an active reader, you're going to ask yourself, what is this paragraph about? Okay, the answer will be the main idea. All right, so let's think about what the main idea is in this paragraph. And we're going to draw 2 lines under that sentence. Can someone tell me what the main idea is? What the most important part of this paragraph is about? Great job. We are going to underline our main idea, which is your senses are the way you learn about the world. Please excuse my lines. It's a little hard to do this on the computer, but make sure you draw your 2 lines nice and neatly, please. Better than Ms. Garza's. Looks a little odd. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just do 1 line, and that way you can see the sentence. Your senses are the way you learn about the world. All right, that's our main idea. That's what we're gonna focus on, okay? That's what we're gonna talk about today, our senses. Let's go ahead and talk about those 5 senses. So down here I see a picture of this seems a little old. I'm not sure if you all know this. There's headphones and that looks like what's called a Walkman. You put a tape in there and you get to listen to something. All right, so what sense am I going to use there? Right, you're hearing. And what body part do you use to hear? Your ears. Great job. You hear with your ears. Awesome. Okay, here's a picture of some flowers. What sense do you think you're going to use when you see a bouquet of flowers? Your smell, right? You're going to go ahead and smell them. Those flowers usually smell beautiful. Okay, and what body part do you use for your sense of smell? Great job. That's right. You smell with your nose. And then here I see a plate with some fruit. What sense do you think you're going to use when you eat something? That's right. You use your sense of taste, right? And what body part are you going to use for your sense of taste? Right? You taste with your mouth. Great job, guys. All right. Well, let's search for the cat. All right. I see the cat on that beanbag chair sitting with the little girl. And what sense are you going to use, or is the girl using, with the cat? What sense is she using? Great job. She's using her sense of touch, and she's petting that cat, right? She's feeling that it's nice and soft, and she's using her sense of touch. Great job. All right, as we were doing that, we answered all the questions. We should have circled the names of the body parts for each sense. So if we want to use the sense of smell, we're going to use our nose. We said if we want to find out what this juicy, yummy fruit tastes like, we're going to use the sense of taste, and we're going to use our mouth. Okay, make sure you circle your body parts. If we're going to use the sense of touch, we're going to use our hands and skin. And then we had one more. If we take a look at that scrapbook that the little girl is looking at, what sense do you think she's going to use? Right, her sense of sight, right? So she's going to see with what? What body part do you see with? Very good, your eyes. So let's circle that body part. Eyes. All right, great job, guys. Okay. Next, learning with your senses. Down here it says we're going to read the caption and we're going to underline how you learn how things feel. Okay, how can your senses help you learn? Let's take a look at the pictures. And what would your senses tell you about each thing? All right, the first one looks like those are some headphones. All right, if you're going to use headphones and you're going to put them in your ears, what sense are you going to use? Okay, hearing. You listen to learn how things sound, right? So let's go ahead and underline that because that's how you learn. Oh, this is how things feel. I'm sorry. Touching. All right, you touch to learn about texture, how things feel. Okay, so let's go ahead and underline this sentence down here because we want to underline how you learn how things feel, right? You learn how things feel by touching them. How do you think that cat feels? If you were to touch a kitten, maybe a puppy, or any little furry animal, what do you think that would feel like? What do you think the texture would be? Probably be soft, smooth, right? Very good, guys. Those are great adjective words that you would use when you are touching things. Touch is to learn about the texture, how things feel. All right. All right, we're going to read the captions. The captions are the words in orange up here. That tells us what we're going to read about. Okay, and then it says you're going to use sight to observe three things, and we're going to circle those words. Seeing, all right? Seeing, you use sight to observe color, shape, and size. So we're going to circle those three words because we use these three things to observe sight. Great job. Very good, guys. All right, now we're going to take a look at these flowers, at smelling. Okay, what is something that smells good? What do you think smells good? Can someone tell me? Like maybe baking some yummy cookies that always smells really good in the oven, or some flowers. Great job. We use our sense of smell for that. Maybe some perfume that your mom wears. And what are some things that smell bad? Can anyone give me some examples? Maybe the trash, you know, the garbage usually stinks. Gas fumes, you know, have a bad smell. And like we said earlier, some dirty socks or dirty shoes. Those are some things that smell not so great. All right. What about tasting? All right, tasting. You taste to learn if foods are sweet, sour, or salty. What food in this picture do you think is sweet? Very good, right? So the food in this plate would probably be sweet, right? Because most fruits are sweet, not so much salty. Great job, guys. All right, well, we discussed our 5 senses today, which was seeing, smelling, tasting, touching, and hearing. These are all 5 senses that we use every day in the world around us. So make sure that you always keep that in mind, okay? That should be it for our science lesson today. Have a good day, guys. Goodbye.